sitting in 12th place now. The two people in front of him have been eliminated, so this is his week to shine. If he can make it to grand finals, that's a huge deal for him. But now, moving on into Dragon, going imposter against Deoxys Katana. Deoxys, definitely no slouch with Katana. We've seen him do some serious work with Assassin. Oh, Dragon gets clipped by the forward 2-string. Beautiful corner damage by Deoxys. Keeping a nice commanding life lead.
Oh!
And just spending it! Wow! That is one hell of a statement. A round 1 X-ray with that life lead. Deoxys is not here to screw around.
Round 2.
And you know what? In a way, I kind of agree with it. We've seen Dragon with some absolute miraculous comebacks. And of course, Katana, no stranger to building meter. But now Dragon's, even though he's taking all this damage, he's sitting on 3 bars right now. Imposter is another animal when he has meter to work with.
Yeah, so
immediately coming off 2 of them.
This is kind of a Katana special if she puts herself in a situation where she kills you with an X-ray in round 1, loses the second round, but you came off all your resources, and then she's built the resources to X-ray in round number 3. That's it's a legit way to play Katana, but wow, Deoxys looks strong early against Dragon. Dragon has to mix a lot here if he wants to make a comeback, and the shimmy into forward 4.
Here we go. Oh no, he just drops a trance! And then the trade definitely in Deoxys' favor. Up 1-0 on Dragon.
And convincing at that, Deoxys. Here to play. Hello, sir. Who has done so well in Konquest this season. This man has lived and breathed in Konquest, destroying people in brackets, making it to multiple top 8s. Has yet to have a huge breakthrough on Kombat Cup with all these big boys around, and he's playing like one of them right now. And Dragon, who is a princess main himself, getting kind of destroyed there.
Yeah, that was definitely a little bit more of a commanding lead than I was expecting to see right out of the gate. Dragon has just been this unstoppable force of destruction in the Kombat Cup. Not only in the Kombat Cup, but offline events as well. Deoxys, obviously no slouch, but at the same time, Dragon is definitely not going to be happy about how that first game went out. Very nice blocks by Deoxys, but gets opened up by the Hellsparks. Dragon going to dish out some serious damage. And drops it yet again. No meter to work with this time. Deoxys waking up with 1-1-1 into Fan. Switching positions, Dragon no meter to work with. Deoxys could open him up one more time and close up this life lead. And you see, just going with all of this damage, all the chip damage, the staggers, the plus frames. Dragon still sitting on no meter to work
with. And that was so sneaky from Dragon, because out there in the Nether Realm was a delay meter burn on that Hellspark. And the moment that you hesitate to see it not happen, shoulder. That was so tricky from Dragon right there to close that out.
And Dragon just gets hit by the float shenanigans there. Trying to anti-air it, just a little bit off with the timing. Very nice shimmy into the grab. Deoxys looking much better here in round number 2. Nice use of Interactable to get himself out of the corner, away from those scary plus frames. Just taking his time here. He knows he didn't need to take any risk. Opens Dragon up with a forward 2 again. Dragon needs to watch when he decides to hit a button. That mid-range, Deoxys has been absolutely dominating that range.
Here we go. Look at that meter on Deoxys.
Final round.
You know he's looking for that X-ray. He'll do whatever it takes to get that X-ray going. But it comes off the 2 bars. No doubt is going to work his way down to getting it back. Down in the Hellsparks again, proving to be successful. Dragon goes for the back grab. 16% switching positions, but now has no meter to work with. Very nice instant air 1.
And if he'd have gone into Fan, would have got a full conversion, but kept it nice and safe. Good backdash from Dragon. This time, not
nice scouting out,
but doesn't check it after the meter burn.
Deoxys can easily get. Oh no!
Oh!
No punish on the down 2.
Very
There you
good.
go. That's a punish on the air fan. Beautiful stuff by Dragon. Tying up the set 1-1. Deoxys was so close to being able to close out that match. Just made a few key errors that really just took the win right out of his hands.
And Deoxys in all of these rounds has looked really strong. I mean, defensively making great reads, but Dragon, no stranger to being in a situation where his back is to the wall, and he is no stranger to fighting his way out. And tying us up here at 1-1, and Deoxys going to Possessed Kenshi. We're seeing an awful lot of Possessed Kenshi tonight without seeing Tweety on the screen.
Which is Tweety has started that trend, but Dragon must be eating those Kraft mac and cheese, man, because that is a whole nother Dragon than what we saw in the first game. Lunchables, Kraft mac and cheese, call it what you will. Either way, it seems to be working. Deoxys hoping to create some different waves here with Test Kenshi. Dragon getting that trance going. Shimmy into the low again. Dragon's so good with throwing people off balance with the timing.
Keeping it safe with that amulet. And this is a matchup that Dragon has a lot, and I mean a lot of experience in. So it takes a lot of guts to pick these characters against Dragon.
Oh, absolutely. Even picking Katana is definitely a shaky call, but at the same time, Deoxys was doing very well. Now going for Kenshi doesn't prove to be as successful so far, but you could tell that he knows how to deal with Shinnok. Dragon just has all the right reads right now. Finally goes for the back 3, but still no punish on it. Deoxys opting for a little bit more of a full screen game this time around. Beautiful run-under by Dragon, but just shy of that punish.
Going for the gimmick with down 1 into the Hell Spark. He wants you to try to counter poke. And there we go. The mix working now from Dragon. And Deoxys, if he blocks wrong, is going to have to... Luckily, didn't have any meter there to get a full combo. And what a crouch on the amulet. The full combo here. Saves his meter.
He's not out of it just yet. Down 4 in a teleport.
Dragon.
Oh, gets opened up by the low that should do it.
Not watching his feet of all things. He could have eaten anything else and he would have been safe. Just don't eat the actual launcher.
That low demon stepping on Dragon's pinky toe. Giving him that round. Taking us to a round number 3. This is a crucial match right now. Because if Deoxys can go up 2-1 against Dragon, he's going to be looking really good. But Dragon, beautiful wake up there. Knows that Deoxys hasn't really been respecting his wake up options. Into the trance, Dragon looking to even out this life lead. Quick 16% grab. And this is a very even match right now. Deoxys used the EX overhead, does some nice chunk of damage. Dragon not sitting on any meter, could not follow up.
Ooh, forces the break.
Deoxys with the break. Scouts out. Just trying to chip out this time.
Oh no!
And the down 1.
Disrespecting with Dragon there off the neutral jump punch off the teleport, just doing a down 1. Deoxys not doing anything incredibly fast afterwards. May have gone. I'm not too sure what he went for there, but Dragon, that was a little bit savage going for that down 1 after the teleport in from Deoxys. And Dragon now up 2-1, but Deoxys, even with Possessed Kenshi, made it look really close. It had a health lead starting to build there in the final round. Let's slip away. Dragon so clutch, and going back to the princess is Deoxys here with his tournament life on the line now. And we're going to the pit. Luckily, dodging that Sky Temple that is just plaguing the online realm. But unfortunately, you know, for it being random, we sure do get Sky Temple a lot.
It's just luck of the draw, man. Paulo's watching. We all know Paulo has a sixth sense of humor, man.
He's like, you know what? Let's just bump up the percentages a little bit on Sky Temple. Let's make it 20% rather than 6%.
And that down 2 from hell. Dragon keeping the Deoxys as far away from as possible. There we go. And what is the mix? Nice blocks by Deoxys. Dragon spending the bar to keep himself at plus range, but Deoxys making good use of that corner interactable. He's taking his time. You see that Deoxys is respecting Dragon's pokes because those pokes and the Hell Sparks are a serious threat.
Oh, it just does it! This man hits Dragon.
This is extremely scary because that did not kill. If Dragon hits him once,
Oh, luckily
for Deoxys.
Luckily, that down 2 is amazing at anti-airing, especially neutral jump normals. I've tried to meaty that thing so many times, and it's so hard to actually beat out that NJP. But luckily, either Dragon went into some active frames, or female hitboxes happened right there. I'm not 100% sure, but Deoxys gets a little bit of life here. And as you mentioned earlier, luckily, able to close it out after that X-Ray does not kill. And now Dragon is losing a lot of health.
I can't imagine how they were feeling, man. I was holding my breath during that X-ray. I can't imagine what was going through their heads. But now Dragon, staying as composed as possible, has 2 bars of meter, spends 1, gets the damage, right back into the trance.
We saw this.
Deoxys has meter to break if he chooses to do so. Dragon not going to give him the option. Goes for the 16% command grab, but that does not kill.
Oh, presses a
Wow,
limit to
and the
tip.
flip of the elbow.
Just the tip of that shoulder. And just like before, Dragon mounting big comebacks. With Dragon, what a whip punish from Deoxys. Hello.
And that's what separates the men from the boys right there. Having the knowledge to be able to space out perfectly and make sure that your opponent knows he cannot just throw out moves like that. Oh, the clean jump-in punch, but no.
Oh, here we go. X-Ray's in play.
And look, Dragon is shaking.
Oh, no, there it goes. You cannot escape long death.
It is absolutely impossible. Deoxys going for a hell of a mind game, just letting the raw X-ray happen. After staggering the back 1 string instead of connecting it off of that. We're going to a game 5.
Again,
I was not expecting to see this.
we are 2 for 2 on game 5s to start our top 16. 2 for 2.
Lord Jesus. All right. And we are gonna, this is exactly what I was thinking was gonna happen. Dragon is going with the Katana Mirror. Shinnok just has not been cutting it like he wanted to. He was expecting it to be a little bit easier than what it was. And now we're going to a Katana Mirror. This is a game 5 situation for the top 8. I mean, it does not get any more intense than this. Here we go.
And doesn't go.
Not only Katana Mirrors, we're going to be seeing Dragon with Royal Storm.
It doesn't go with Mournful, and I've seen him pick Mournful a lot in the mirror just because that glaive is so oppressive, even full screen against the fans.
These fans, fan for fan. Going for the reflect, a little bit of damage. Dragon going for the full screen hit confirm. Beautiful stuff. Gonna put himself not only in the life lead, but in a good position to just kind of step back here, but he's gonna go. And you know what? That was exactly what I was expect to see. Dragon has been hit by that X-ray twice this set. And it's finally time. He goes up to Deoxys and says, you know what? I'm gonna give you a taste of your own medicine.
Precisely. He says, you know what? I've been there, I've done that, and it's my turn.
Oh, and doesn't get a hit confirm off of the end of that string. Deoxys getting clipped in the air. Needs to be very careful being in the air. Dragon just seemingly much more comfortable in this matchup. But Deoxys not out of it just yet. A couple down 3s just to check him. Very nice tech by Dragon.
Ooh, the instant air fan to meet him. And Deoxys always going to keep it unbreakable. And gets a lot of damage off it. That's good to it. Deoxys didn't even think that he was going to get hit in that situation, so the breaker was not ready. And Dragon, simply because when he puts that chain on, negates all armor that Tweety wants, and that is Tweety's life is armor, it seems, with Kenshi.
It's a very smart pick by Tigers. It's just going to come down to the idea of if he's comfortable enough in this matchup. Beautiful reverse tech and returns with the first hit. Now that buff is into play. Tweety has to be careful using that bar meter. Very nice blocks. Tiger is very on point with his defense starting early here. There you go, gets to take grab, reverses positions here, very smart. Scouts out not only the push, but the EX overhead as well.
And Jason, not with one of the best back dashes in the game, still in range of Tweety's back one. Jason's entire moveset is, I think, based on forward momentum and forward movement rather than retreating.
Oh, absolutely. That backdash is pretty ugly. I'm just going to be completely honest. Oh, and a back two anti-air circuit out of the air. Still puts that buff into play.
Oh, and just getting out of there. If that would have gone into any of the grounded armored attacks, he would have eaten quite a bit of damage. I mean, chained up command grabs from Jason are almost small BMBs, if not medium-sized BMBs.
God, and look at just the meter that Tweety's building. There you go, very nice blocks. Now, Tigers not only still has a bar to work with, but he's unstoppable. So he's coming back at the end of this round if he does
what
well.
an entire stand one!
Gets the walk-up grab. Tweety has a bar to work with. Will Tigers scout it out? And just goes for the back three. Very smart by Tigers. Saving himself that bar. And we are going to round number 3.
Oh, and overcommits to the back 1-2-2. Savage down 2, though. Hello!
Look at the damage on that down 2 from that damage bump. Oh, and a beautiful hit conversion of his own. Tweety. A never-ending combo, 28%. And he really can't do much about this pressure right now. Down 1 into overheads.
But he's coming back to
And
life.
here we go. He has to come back. He does not have a choice. Tigers, one last-ditch effort here in match number 1.
And the closeout up the top rope. Tweety comes off his bar. And that's going to do it. If Tigers would have got a clean hit, he put himself in an okay situation. I say that because the combo would have been a probably back 1-2-2, back 1-2-2, 1-1-1, something. It would have given Tweety a bar.
There is a new king.
And unless he would have rechained up, he wouldn't have had the armor break. It would have ran out. So it was a tricky situation. He was just in too much of a health deficit to make that Undertaker at WrestleMania comeback that we've seen from the likes of guys like SonicFox before, where they just come back to life and you still feel afraid of your life, and one back 1-2-2 later and you die.
Absolutely, especially with that damage buff. You don't need to be relentless to pull out all that damage. But even now, he's going off Jason into Kenjutsu Kenshi.
We're going with the Kenshi Mirror Boys. We've seen
This is
Kenshi
what we
all
expected
night.
to see.
We've seen Kenshi all night and a little bit more.
But Kenjutsu, again with the obscure variation, the only difference here is that no doubt Tweety knows how to deal with Kenjutsu. So Tigers is going to really have to be on point. A whiff down 2, not the way to start it. Tweety getting the first hit. And that teleport pressure is still going to be dangerous here, regardless of the variation that Tigers goes with. Another grab by Tweety. Oh, and just gets clipped. Tweety going for as much damage as possible, spending all the resources. Tiger's just going to save his bar at this point. And down 3 into the overhead. Tweety with a extremely lightning fast performance.
Round 2.
Tiger sitting on 3 bars. Kenjutsu can get some massive damage going. And with bar can switch positions. He's got some interesting things that he can do, but he's just getting run over right now by the teleports that exist in Possessed Toolkit. And respecting the mix off the down 4. And good block from Tweety.
Just goes for the little punish, switching positions. I think it's the right call. He really, the corner pressure is really what he does the best. And you see there, it's the little bits of damage that are happening. Tweety already up 2-0 on Titanium Tigers. Tigers is having a lot of trouble. I think that's to say the least.
Tigers, buddy, you have to come back. You have to bring it to Game 5. You have to keep the streak alive.
We've seen him do it before.
But looking really tough here. Tweety's playing lights out, and it looked better with Jason just having that ability to make Tweety think twice about armoring. And yep, going right back to unstoppable.
I think it's a smart move because the idea of the matchup is there. He seemed very comfortable. He just had a lot of trouble really just opening up Tweety. That's really the biggest thing that it was. Obviously, whiff punishes are very hard on a mid-range character like Possess. But aside from that, he's been really lacking in the tick throw. So maybe if he starts incorporating that, we might see something different here.
Exactly. I was about to bring up that's something that he has to implement if he wants to try to open up Tweety to complete the Jason package, and that is tick throws. We see it so much from guys like SonicFox. Back one tick throw. So effective, and that back two in the neutral hits everywhere. Man just swings to the skies, a double uppercut.
There you go. Jason with some of the best pokes in the game, being able to really disrespect pretty much everything. Down 3 in the choke. Not the tick grab I was thinking, but works nonetheless. Tiger's ready to pull out every last trick in the book. No doubt, if he can even out this life just a little bit, he will come back this round.
Oh,
No, and he spends the bar.
oh, very good. Knocks him off that armor, and very
Wow.
good. Throws the 50-50. I mean, there you're fearing the big boot so much. The plus frames, the active frames, the recovery on big boot are disgusting to deal with here in the corner. If he doesn't have. And the true tick throw.
I have never seen a down 3 tick throw in my entire life from a Jason player.
Tigers, and that looked like it was going to drop.
Oh, gets opened up by the back one. Tweety eating some decent damage here.
And there's the recovery of that big boot. It's so hard to deal with. You can't even press a button if he whiffs. Big conversion. And the tick throw again. One more hit, and that's going to do it. Titanium Tiger stays alive here and looking so comfortable. Going back to Jason. If things go his way, wow.
Are we like subliminally coaching Tigers? Like
We are. We're actually we're low key in his DMs.
I think he's listening to the stream and he's like, man, they're right. I'm not putting in any tick grabs. And boom, all of a sudden, uses tick grabs and taking game number 3. This is the start of it. This is how miracles happen right now. When you start tightening up on the only loose ends that you had, one more game, we're going to a game 5. If Titanium Tigers can keep this up. But on the other hand, Tweety still playing extremely well. He was scouting out some of those tick grabs, but at the same time, it's hard to stop Jason.
Yep. And now, with that win, Tigers is able to play a little more of a mix-up game because now he has the conditioning of the command grab in the mix. So, you know, tick here, tick throw here, commitment there. You can mix it up.
Oh, and a very narrow miss on the interactable punish there. Titanium Tigers has not been able to do anything this round. Going for the breaker, hopefully making something happen. That's looking like that was a massive mistake. And there we go. Definitely not coming back after that. Tweety on set point now. Tigers, an unfortunate break earlier, now doesn't have a lot of meter to work with, but a nice tick confirm of his own. Going for the hug to switch positions, and here comes that buff.
Oh, and walks forward into a back one from Tweety. Tweety was able to hold on to some good meter going in round number 2, and that is just mental momentum. And Tiger's holding all this, and he threw out a back one. He should have simply armor choked it, do something to get him out of that sky. Jason does possess an air throw as well. Not the greatest, and now he's on full life support.
And he has a lot of work to do, but it can be done.
Oh, this is so scary because he cannot armor break anymore. He has to hold this. Oh my gosh!
No way! No.
This isn't gonna kill.
Not gonna kill.
Oh, not like this! No. The meaty wasn't good enough! No! Not like this, ladies and gentlemen.
Believe it, he mistimed the meeting that could have given him the round. Goromir. Do not tell me it's going to be a Goromir. Wait, listen for it. Tick. It's like from Ocean's 12. You have to kind of like listen for the Pavlov.
Yep. Tick, tick,
I
tick,
don't know,
tick,
man.
tick.
It could be Goro. No way. That's like that would be
I mean,
the craziest thing.
we saw SonicFox pick up Goro after that set and went into
100%.
Northwest Major. And we do have a Goro mirror. Here we go. The hypest thing on God's green earth right now is a Goro mirror here in Mortal Kombat X. Masters of Combat.
Oh my god. I never thought in a million years I would see a Goro mirror at this level, at this stage in the game. A beautiful backdash. Knicks keeping the plus frames going. Plus again. More plus frames. And look at the chip damage. SonicFox still has a lot of meter to work with, but now Knicks is in the lead. Another down one command grab. Oh no. A down one command grab of his own. We're going to be seeing a lot of this, I think. Oh no.
Oh, it didn't have the stamina to place, but he could chip out of EX's hit, but reversal spin from SonicFox.
I can't. It's really hard to keep up with this. All right, but SonicFox closing out with the first round by the skin of his teeth. Next, keeping Fox in the corner. Very smart. And just the meter build is so insane. Vito goes for the raw command grab. No, plus frames again. Down one into the spin. Plus frames again. And just an absolute mauling in the corner by Knicks.
And SonicFox holds on to so much bar and getting the startup of that projectile. And that's twice 2 projectiles have gotten SonicFox hurt here.
A very nice scout by the projectile. SonicFox teleporting in, running in with the whip punish of his own. Gonna spin the bar, and here is all of that beautiful damage that we get to see. 35% hard knockdown, and just the wake-up armor.
Swinging right now in the down one range working for SonicFox. And Nick started blocking out. He scouts out the tick throw.
SonicFox has 2 bars of meter to work with. A run-in. Unfortunately, didn't have enough.
Goes for the kill on it down too, but SonicFox blocks it out.
No way.
And that's going to do it. The explosion. So close to start us off. That looked like a true mirror. Back and forth, same character. And Knicks.
Buddy, we knew exactly how this was going to go, man. This is going to go down to the wire between these two. I am honestly thinking Fox might get off Goro. I think he was trying to do it to say, hey, you know, I could pick up a character and beat you. But at the same time, he doesn't want to do that.
Looking back to Season 1, he has done this before. And he's going to go with Dragon Naginata. The mobility, so hard for Goro to deal with. But we saw SonicFox overcommit to the mirror against Young Monster last season and fall in it. It was to his 2-2 and stuck it out rather than go to Cassie, who he used later on against Young Monster and was able to take him.
Round 1, fight.
That was a hell of a match. We'll see how Dragon Naginata works out for him now. Another 2 for 2 with those backdashes. But Dragon Naginata is one of those variations that, although not really slept on, I feel like people still aren't prepared for it. So maybe Knicks is going to have some trouble with it. Again, Dragon Naginata really known for the little bits of damage, but still can hit like a truck, as we're about to see. 28% meterless off of pretty much any conversion. Nice scout on the armor, but still gets the second hit. And we're seeing virtually safe.
Oh, a great little profile on the projectile and using that pull, that 3/4 screen normal to close it out. And Knicks, this is definitely a matchup that seems on paper tough to deal with. Goro's limbs, not the biggest, doesn't have the best anti-air options, and his mobility is lacking. It's a lot of ground game from him.
Go Knicks. Really wants to stay up close and personal for as long as possible, but Fox is so good at just building enough meter, and his meter management altogether has just been really hard to deal with. If you're Knicks right now, you're trying to figure out some sort of way to deal with this, and that was a lightning fast answer to game number 1.
Wins.
I mean, there's really nothing else to say about it. Dragon Naginata seems to just have all those tools to deal with Goro to keep that distance and still dish out some serious damage. While Goro's doing everything he can to get up close and personal when it's seemingly impossible between the mobility and the range that Dragon Naginata brings to the table. That's tough.
I made the analogy before, but you know, it's kind of like swatting a fly when you're playing against Dragon Naginata, where you know you're just like, you know, like this the whole time it seems, and the damage that she does to you, you know, while you're just trying to get her, all those pulls add up. Her wake up does great damage. I mean, you eat 18%. Just trying to pressure her. It's safe on block. There's so many things that make Dragon Knight a really good character, and number one key thing being is mobility and range safety. I mean, she really does have it all.
But I mean, even taking that analogy a step farther, you take a look at the mobility that Fox is implementing with Dragon Naginata. You know, when you try to swat a fly and it moves so fast that you forget where it is? It's a lot like what's happening right now. No, and just as quickly as it started, a beautiful hit conversion from downtown. And 27%.
And great
Narrowly
recognition.
missing that whip punish. And just look how fast he's depleting Knicks' life bar. Knicks not out of it just yet. Could possibly get something going.
And we see this all the time from RevetLeafing. Just the mobility, stray hits.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Oh, going for the EX projectile. I'm not.
He tried to make it work.
Yeah.
You know what? It was a nice idea because that might have actually killed. That does a lot of damage. But at the same time, it's a very risky move against a character like Anya. Wow, and just using the bar to trade hits armor. Again, another 17%. Those little hits adding up so quickly. Oh, gets a clean forward three. Gonna get the hit conversion. Keeping it nice and simple. 36%. A nice amount of damage. But here comes SonicFox with some damage of his own.
SonicFox has the meter here, yeah. At any moment, could have armored if Knicks had pressed the button, so Knicks had to respect something there, and SonicFox is going to take the lead in this set. And we'll see if Knicks comes off of Goro, as much safe to say he may have to come off Goro in this particular matchup. We mentioned earlier, with the threat of Tanya on the screen, that it could be a struggle just mobility-wise. And going to Shinnok here, which is...
You know what? It's a last-ditch effort, man. I mean, Goro just really hasn't been able to do much of anything ever since SonicFox made the switch to Dragon Naginata. So... he's just going to lay all his cards out on the table and just hope to God that it works.
And Hell Sparks are going to do a much better job at controlling any kind of mobility that Dragon Knight has to try to close the gap, to try to get in. If those Hell Sparks are there, and the teleport could catch a stray air-to-air at full screen, but right now SonicFox all over it. He does have all of the matchup knowledge in the world against Imposter, playing Dragon so many times week in and week out, and looking very good against him just last week in top 8.
You look at how fast-paced not only this match is, but just any match in general with Dragon Naginata. You have to be really on your toes to be able to punish that character, and especially as Imposter, who relies on teleport pressure, Fox is making that next to impossible to do. So keeping the distance here. Fox has no reason to really go after him. He's gonna let Knicks just kind of like hang himself.
Oh, no hit confirm into the trance there from Knicks. Instead he comes off the bar and goes into the command grab.
Oh, look at that damage. Oh, missed the meaty. Now, this is a really, really uphill climb. Okay, so he just goes for the wake up. Either way, it would have been chip out. Very smart by Knicks. Put himself, arguably, one of the only rounds he's taken this set. Just keeping the blocks going. Very smart. Plus frames in the play. Oh, and Fox not scouting out that shoulder charge. Beautiful stuff by Knicks to get Fox off of that bar.
And there's that Hell Spark stopping that momentum in, but teleporting through it is Fox, getting behind it. and getting the corner push here. And Savage down 2 from Knicks. There we go.
Looking like he's finally starting to realize the holes in that Dragon Naginata.
And teleporting on the recovery of the pogo dance. This is insane.
Oh, just narrowly missing that shoulder charge. Goes for the run-up grab. Knicks has no meter to work with. Oh,
It gets it through it! It looked like it didn't, but Knicks does get the down 2 threat, and we're tied up at 2-2. We get another Game 5 here in top 16, guys. It looked like Knicks was down and out after that first round, fighting, scrapping his way through this, and we are going to game number 5. These two giving us a classic run back of something that we missed before, which was the big upset with Goro. But this time, SonicFox was ready, and Knicks has the pick back. And SonicFox,
I was just going to say, there was no doubt in my mind he was going to go Sector. It was coming sooner or later. But you know what? In a Game 5 situation, I think Knicks is going to be ready for this matchup. Sector is one of those characters that everyone knows at this point, at least on how to deal with. It's going to be a matter of if he can outplay SonicFox here in game number 5. He's done it before. He's beaten Fox 3-0. We're in a Game 5 situation. This is still familiar turf for Knicks. Fox isn't used to being in a Game 5 situation.
and this is a different imposter Shinnok. So a couple of things that Knicks throw at him that are different from the patterns that he's used to from Dragon could catch Fox off guard, but that teleport is not any different, and he has stand won that teleport 4 times in a row, because I think he did 3 straight times against Dragon in top 8 just on Wednesday, and he's 1 for 1 tonight.
And Next is going to need to be much, much more conservative when he's full screen. Running in like that is not going to get the job done. And now Fox sitting on set point after what seemed like a very swift first round.
And Knicks came off the bar for the trance, but waited too long on the forward 4. I think he went for the shimmy, and Fox didn't fall for it with the backdash.
Fox sitting on 3 bars a meter. Wow, and Shinnok's teleport beats out Sectors. And there's a nice whip punish. Knicks not going to break here. Going to hold on to his meter in hopes to make something happen. He's going to be eating another 12% grab, and this is going to put him slowly into that danger zone, now spending both bars to get the combo. Doesn't go for the mix at all. We're going to keep it simple. Very nice idea not to go for the backdash, knowing that Sector scored 2, and this is actually going to do it. Fox with a nice hit confirm, taking it 3-2 over Knicks.
And did he miss? Okay, he missed this fatality twice.
Oh, it's not even if it's a faction kill.
Triborg wins.
You know what? That was a great showing by both players. Knicks really made it interesting. I'm surprised, but a little bit interested. I'm excited to kind of see how this matchup plays out. The problem here is that if his execution is not on point, Samij is going to EX phase shift out for a free combo every single time.
Yeah, so it has to be a give and take competitor. He's got to test that early and maybe cancel into a block and try to bait out the fade and get Samij off the bar for nothing.
Down 3 into the grab. Very nice by competitor, slowing down Samij's pressure. Like we see, he's gonna try and stay on him for as much as possible. And there's that EX phase shift. He's gonna need to be very mindful of that in this entire set. And that tricky, we say it every time. What's the golden rule? Do not jump, and more so, do not even bother trying to anti-air. Samij or Molina. Runs up grab. Beautiful conditioning by Samij. Samij is really just an absolute monster when it comes to conditioning.
Yeah, and you say, don't try to anti-air this woman, and, she controls both sides of that. You don't jump at this woman, and you don't do anything when she jumps against you. It's a frightening experience, let me tell you.
And Samij is the best at abusing such strong tools. Just taking his time. There's no reason. Oh, very nice hit conversion. And the plus frames on his side. Nice scout by the phase shift, but doesn't watch his head and gets opened up. Samij closing out the first game. Competitor looked much better in the second round, but at the same time, close but no cigar.
Pay your respect.
Yeah, trying to keep it competitive as a competitor should. But
Very much so.
all the little things that Samij does that makes him a top player and that makes him a constant threat week in and week out. Just another showcasing of it. I mean, as you mentioned, you're trying to anti-air this man. That should be a standard. It should be written on every stall at a major. You know, go to use the restroom and you look over and it says, don't jump at Samij and don't try to anti-air Samij on the wall. I mean,
I say it a million times, man. Just forget that up button on your D-pad even exists when you go up against Samij. There's no point. Save yourself the trouble. And really, aside from that, if he didn't challenge the anti-air so much, he was looking really solid there. You know, knows the plus frames in that, very smart. But Samij going with that rapid pressure.
oh, it got to the
Forward three.
Hello.
No, 1-1 into reverse grab. Very nice by competitor. Doesn't watch for that EX phase shift.
And just like that, and now he has to hold. And Samij walked him down and waited so long. Competitor could have pressed the button, could have woke up with something, but Samij so comfortable. He just walked forward and just, you know, it's all good. What's for breakfast? I've got all day.
There you go. Very nice. Down three into a forward grab. Very smart. Gonna opt to go for a little bit of a different idea here. A very nice tech grab by Samij. Exchanging posts, getting the forward two to connect. And here goes competitor.
And doesn't watch out for that bar. If Samij has one bar, there better be some respect on the screen. And again with the forward three, opening up competitor. Luckily,
very nice. Third time is not the charm. Oh, but this is that's going to be death, isn't it? After chip, that should pretty much be death. And just like that, down three into down one, a quick 2-0 lead for Samij. As is per the usual from what we've seen, competitors still seem to. He comes out of the gate really strong, and it just seems to crumble with that with the ethereal pressure, as most do. It is a really hard strategy to deal with.
You know, and some players will tell you sometimes Samij just runs you over. I mean he has the game plan, and you know it can be incredibly hard to deal with the fades. If you overcommit, if you undercommit, you get pressured, you get staggered to death. Don't jump ever, and that's what's scary is playing a ground game against Samij. He's also got a fantastic ground game. One of the best stagger pressures that exist in MKX, and this man's spacing, it's so hard to deal with all around, and now here comes Sub-Zero, which is...
It's a tough call to make, man, but at this point, Johnny Cage really didn't seem to work. But Samij knows this matchup inside and out, too, so he's really going to need to be on point here. A reverse 3-0 on Samij is something almost unheard of. But standing on anti-air, very nice.
And a random stat, Samij is now 115-12 on Sundays in the Kombat Cup. That's 115 games won, and he's only lost 12 games on Sunday this season. Whoa.
And I laugh because it's such a scary stat to have. Like,
Whoa.
12 losses in the entire season is nuts.
And that's just games that, I mean, it's hard to do. And that clone, luckily, hitting that hitbox of Molina, and he has to watch out for the fade here. Ferry was on the clone, and wow!
That was so smart, and this should end up just being chip, but it catches the backdash anyway. Samij on set point against competitor.
Round two.
It's just tough to deal with. And a nice down one into reverse grab. Going to keep competitor mid-screen. The hope, and Samij hoping that he stays away from that corner.
And he's hits done here and puts you in a respectable situation. You have to respect the plus frames off that side and just throws you. And he could have just mixed. He could have staggered. So much that this character has. at her disposal, and Samij exploits it better than anybody.
And that was so good. That jump back kick into the air side was so nice. He almost could have continued that conversion, but kept it simple, knowing that it was that match. You know, I mean, that's pretty much what happens. If he random selects, he will get a main because he pretty much mains the entire cast. He's literally a spitting image of Forever King at this point. So we're gonna go have to see what he picks, and he's going with pumped up Jax. What am I looking at right now? I literally can't even.
Maybe he knows the tech. I mean, I like pumped up. Day one after the patch, I got to train with a pumped up player, and I was like, man, he feels really strong in this build. That gotcha grab is monstrous. It will hit anywhere if you are airborne, but newbie, lights out right now. But what's nice about that grab, 22%, it's a BMB. But the thing is Jax against these heavy zoners in this build, very hard to deal with. He does not have that EX launcher read on a projectile that he had before.
This is not looking like a very good pick for Illusions right now. This is going to do a lot of damage. Illusions knew he had to break that. If he gets opened up in the corner, that is going to be absolutely death. Just goes for the one more overhead, try to get as much damage as possible. He's been really crisp with those ground pounds, but Newbie is always seemingly scouting that out. Another breaker by Illusion, and just the follow-up. That was so smart by Newbie, knowing all he has to do is really just keep it distance. The EX knives were going to end up breaking any sort of wake-up attack, and then the follow with the regular life. A quick match for Newbie.
Illusions
I
may
do
have
not expect
even,
Illusions to go to Jax again.
Illusions may have even fallen under the underestimating his opponent there.
Newbie is a very, very, very underrated player. I'm not saying that because he's in my scene. I'm saying because he is a very underrated player.
And you know, he hasn't traveled a lot lately, but always competitive, and when this man travels, always does well. He's just so solid from the ground up in multiple games, and looking good here. Illusion's coming out with a character we've never even seen before, and now we're going to one of those big characters that he's been using a lot lately, and we'll see what the difference is.
And maybe he took that first game to just kind of feel out what Newbie does, and maybe Reptile was the right choice for him. Oh, but a beautiful scout on the EX slide. No punish, but managed to get a nice little combo here, and we're going to be seeing a lot of zoning in this variation.
And if Illusions can get a health lead, or even get or just the first hit, those acid spits win the trade. Acid spit does a great amount of damage, especially after the last patch. They did buff it. I can't remember if it was last patch or the patch before, but did get a damage buff.
Wow.
And but Newbie, we mentioned earlier the speed that this man's coming out at, full throttle. He doesn't want Illusions to breathe.
And especially as Reptile, that's a very good game plan to have, because Reptile has some scary mix, man. Oh, gets opened up by the back, too.
Oh, very good from Newbie. Doesn't want to eat the mix. That would have been a forward 4 slide into a full combo because it's unblockable.
And another EX slide and another armored Kano ball. Wow, and that is as instant as it gets. And a forward 2, just stuffing it. Hitting Newbie in the gut. Now, both players virtually even on meter. Wow, and that down too. And another wake-up Kano ball. Illusions has to start scouting that out. Oh, and another missed punish on the EX slide. And now Newbie is like 8 for 8 on what seems to be those wake-up Kano balls.
Oh, no full combo punish though on the dash. We see that so many times here on the Kombat Cup. And the block on the forward 4 slide, but no punish. And the acid bubble is going to close it out. It hit him after the... Oh my gosh. That was insane.
That was so crazy. That was so insane. That's as calculated as it could possibly get.
That is a close match, ladies and gentlemen. That's what the Kombat Cup's all about, are moments like that.
That was crazy. And you know what? That's the type of style that Illusions excels at the most. is baiting your punish and punishing a court. It's like a punishception, man. This guy is always like 3 steps ahead of you. And Newbie, as great of a player as he is, that's a hard thing to be able to adapt to a play style like that.
In Illusion, once he gets Basilisk up, I mean, 150-50, and you could potentially, you know, eat half health. If he's got the bar, he could put up another Basilisk. Put all those acid bubbles, like guarantees more pressure, guarantees more mix. I mean, the 4-4 mix-up's always been strong for Reptile.
Wow, nice little 11% there. Newbie is not winning this full screen game. He's going to need to be careful.
And those instant balls, wow. So fast from Newbie. Every time that he baits Illusions into pressing a button, they have been sitting there waiting for him, and that's going to chip out. You using the hit stun off the dagger, the quick recognition from Newbie to see that it hit, has the plus frames, while getting back one.
Newbie's still doing a very good job just keeping his composure against Reptile, who's just an aggressive machine. Wow, and that backdash was so close to not working. Newbie's still trying to get something going here. Gonna go for a little bit more of a zoning playstyle again. The full screen Kano ball.
And the block again on the
it.
forward 4 slide. This is great blocking from Newbie, and it's trying to clutch out, and another acid ball from Illusions. Clutching it out. This is getting down to the wire again, even on meter.
And that is such a heartbreaker. Newbie could have actually already been on set point if he didn't drop that punish, but even now, getting some really nice damage. Illusions deciding to drop the end, to break the end of that combo.
And thank God Newbie got the punish on the dash this time around, and the laser anti-airing.
Another EX slide.
That's
Newbie sitting in a good position, but now he's going to eat all this juicy corner damage.
I'm shocked that Illusions didn't go for a Basilisk there. This is a scary situation. Trying to get on Kano, and the punish wasn't there, and the instant Kano ball again.
How instant can you possibly get those air Kano balls? You literally don't even see it. You don't see it.
It's as if it's a part of the string. That's how fast it is.
There is a new king.
I never see air Kano balls that instant before. That's literally looks like it's not even like reactable. That's a total guess. 100% a total guess.
And I'm not
now-
I'm not too sure if he's using it for MKX, but I know he used it for Injustice and before. If you guys don't know at home, Newbie plays on classic MK stick.
No, he got rid of it.
Did he? No!
Yeah, he got
it
rid
was
of it
this
finally.
stick. The block button was like the thumb all the way down here. The man's
No,
hand.
that man beats the hell out of his stick for those that don't know.
He does.
Yeah, you hear that shit from the other side of the venue at offline tournaments. But either way, this man putting on an absolute beautiful showing.
Illusions.
But this is really going to test his defense. Illusions going Warlock against Newbie. You take a look, aside from the characters, Newbie does not like being locked down. And one has a very nice mixed opportunity with his runes. Oh no.
And good
Very
break
nice.
from
Had the break there.
Illusions.
Newbie opens him up in the corner. It is absolute death.
He was only one hit. Wow, what a great whip punish with the sky drop. If Illusions would have eaten... Oh, never mind. I take that back, because that laser actually would have launched meterlessly. I was going to say, if he would have taken one more hit, may have gotten Newbie off the bar. But wow, what a starter from Newbie.
The whiff punish on Quan's neutral jump punch, there's no doubt.
And
Look at this damage.
steamrolling right now. Cybernetic Kano, but no punish though.
What?
And the scoop back
Gotta
into the
be able to
corner.
punish us.
Raw
Oh,
scoop.
no. Not like this. If anyone can make a comeback like this, Illusions can.
This is he's gonna try to force a break. Oh
Has to break
no!
here. He has to break.
It makes it over the dagger
No
into
way.
the jump kick into the sky drop. We got another game 5 here in top 16. Let's get hype with that chat, ladies and gentlemen. Wow! Wow!
I said it from the very beginning. If anyone's gonna do if anyone's gonna make a comeback like that, it's going to be Illusion.
Whew.
By the skin of his teeth being able to come back, going into a game 5, Newbie will 100% stick with Cybernetic. There is no reason to switch. He just needs to be more on lockdown, but he's making the switch to Cutthroat. That's tough, but you know what? At the same time, he's gonna fight Mix with Mix.
And
right? Cutthroat is an absolute machine up close with that damage.
And I would say it'd be easy against Quan to simply knock him down and go for the mix, but this variation of Quan has the wake up.
One, fight.
Here we go. This is going to be the epitome of Mix at its finest.
Oh, but
Oh,
no,
doesn't get the hit conversion there.
no trance there. Great anti-crossover with down 3, but no conversion from Newbie either. Both these guys dropping conversions early. And that kick, so fast. Great check.
Das Boot.
And he's matching projectile mid for mid with that kick.
Wow, he just letting go of block there after the jump in punch. Newbie's got to be careful of that. Illusion is going to make full damage out of this. A little bit of meter building at the end. Normal wake up ball, air Kano ball.
That was patch 1 MK9 wake up Kano ball. Whoa, the down 4 PDS Skydrop! Rest in peace, Skydrop! Oh, Newbie was right there on the cusp of taking that round right out of Illusion's hands. But now Illusions finds himself on a match point.
Here we go. Finally getting something going. Here comes that Mix that Cutthroat has been known for.
Wake up,
And
raw scoop!
You guys need to chill, okay? We get it. They're savagery. They didn't have the meter to break there. Gonna break early. Does not let the combo continue. Newbie's got to stay a little bit more patient here, being in the full screen. Down one in the scoop again, proving to be sufficient. Newbie is not being patient enough with this full screen game.
Oh, forces the break. That
Had the
was
break there.
huge damage in the corner.
Down 3 in the scoop again. No. One more Mix. One more Mix. One more
Oh
Mix.
no! And we're going to a final round! We're going to a final round here, ladies and gentlemen.
Round, fight.
You felt the panic in Illusions to be able to not say, oh no. Look at all the damage.
And that is
32% in the corner. Power is in play.
And that's finally off a right Oki from Newbie, beating out the raw wake up from Illusions.
Oh, gets a little bit of a hit confirm there. Very nice down 4.
Down one,
Down
scoop.
1 in the scoop again. So unsafe, but still seems to be working. Oh no. Beautiful tech.
And that's gonna do it!
Cannibal does it.
Newbie.
Unbelievable. Newbie takes out Illusions. 3-2 last round to advance into the top 8. I think it's a smart move. Now, it's smart because Revit is not going with Pyro first. So he's okay with dealing with up-close game. He doesn't want to deal with zoning as Crystalline Tremor. Especially Pyro zoning. Very underrated zoning. So we'll see how he fares against the insane mobility that is Dragon Naginata. And now Destroyer's Tremor has been getting better every single week. Oh, just misses the combo there. Very nice. Flexed on him right there. Beautiful block there. Unfortunately, can't really get him punished.
On the
And that double hitting
multi-hitting,
armor.
yep. Revit's playing this perfect, playing keep away.
Destroyer's having a lot of trouble getting something started. Decides to risk it all. Put himself in the corner, misses the input on the flex.
Oh!
No.
This-
And the round 1 X-ray. I don't think this is good. No, that is not going to kill. It's going to put him in chip territory, but at the same time,
And he went for the
RevetLeafing,
high!
no.
Not like this! 3 bars of meter for nothing now. Circus Destroyer has got to be feeling that one.
that's probably the easiest way to put somebody on kill. Immediately regretting that X-ray decision. Oh, it doesn't work a second time. Wow, and some little tricky setups here. I don't know what is happening right there. And just eating through that armor. That flash carry is not going to be a thing in this matchup.
And Revit all over Destroyer.
Wow.
He may have to force him onto another character.
Tanya.
What a start.
I don't think he's going to stick with Tremor. That was way too quick of a first game for him to want to stick with Tremor. I'd expect him to go straight to Predator.
Yeah, the breath was taken out of him completely off after that X-ray. And what a read from Revit. He said, you know, what's Tremor going to approach with? Forward one. Drill kick right underneath it. And going straight to Predator is Destroyer. Some random stats for both of these guys. Revit is 72-20 on Sundays. And Destroyer 78-31. Revit with the better record here on Sundays and looking like it already between the two. And both of them are looking for their 4th top 8 this season.
Well, at the same time, you know, Destroyer has had a rough start to Season 2. And he started really coming alive towards the second half. So even now, the stats, if you look at it from recently, he's been on a hell of a roll lately.
Yeah,
but
he
RevetLeafing,
really...
on the other hand, is just... He's just an insane player.
He really came to life after playing offline and doing well against SonicFox at Next Level Battle Circuit. And since then has kind of refound his groove here. Because he was one of the biggest threats in Season 1. I believe he finished 4th in the finale. He did a fantastic.
Oh, absolutely. Wow, and just drills right under all those lasers. And you see the patience that RevetLeafing needs to have. Oh no, he gets opened up! He's dead? Oh my god, RevetLeafing, please.
Round 2. Fight.
Yeah, it gets him with the interactable, or stops the interactable from coming into play. Destroyer quickly switching positions.
Oh, went for the double NJP, but Revit actually beating it out before the active frames came out on what I like to call the claw. And instead of punishing that scimitar stab, I think he caught Destroyer locking low with that pogo stick and caught him pressing a button again.
Oh, an uncharacteristic drop by Revit. Do a good amount of damage, big boot, and now the smart disc into play. Oh no.
Savage down 2 and gets around it and into the X-ray of his own. He said, sir, I'm going to teach you how to X-ray properly, and that is to use it to finish your plate.
That is now the second time that Revit stole a round away from Destroyer with some ridiculous reads too. I mean, to be able to jump and teleport preemptively before the EX lasers and then go for the X-ray to finish him off. That's enough to put a lot of people on tilt, and Destroyer has some serious thinking to do because HKT Predator did much better than Tremor, but still didn't nowhere near get the job done.
Very good reads from RevetLeafing there, forcing Destroyer to try to anti-air a few times and go. When you try to anti-air that pogo stick, I mean that's a full combo right there, and you really have to wait and then try to read it with an NJP or a down 2.
No punish on that down 2 there. It gets opened up by the overhead again. Destroyer needs to watch his head right now. So, just some safe chip. Oh, Trey's beautiful hit conversion. But not scouting out that armor.
Everything going right for Revit. Every air-to-air, everything that Destroyer has attempted to try to swat that fly, as we talked about earlier, has had no effect on Revit. And I don't even know what that was. She just swung the pole and clipped this man into the next round. Whoa.
RevetLeafing on set point of making pretty much quick work of Destroyer right now. Destroyer needs to make something happen if he wants a chance in the finals. Remember, he is sitting there at the very bottom of the top 12 in points. So winning this set is absolutely crucial.
Get a big boot, gets some plus frames. And both of them, another big boot. And Revit just wanted out of the corner, it seemed, waking up drill kick each and every time. And not like this. If you're Destroyer, not like this. Forces the break. And now he has no bar going in the final round where another X-ray could be in play.
Fight.
Every little bit is going to count here. Beautiful neutral dump punch, but no follow-up. Unfortunate, gets opened up by the overhead again. And that's just faking him out every single time.
And he's going to use it for the 18%. And he's got 2 more in case Destroyer tries to pressure or Oki him again.
Wow, and Smartness nearly missing. That jump punch was from all the way downtown.
And look at the damage here from Revit! Whoa, and he almost finished it off!
Wait a minute.
Oh!
And just still can't break that armor. And Revit taking it over Destroyer in a quick 3-0. Destroying Destroyer's dreams of making it to the finals.
So unfortunate. If he would have waited
Wins.
or backdashed, the Elder God himself seemed.
And BKIF has had a mean displacer rating, so we'll have to see how that goes. But Young Monster going with high tech.
Beakith did have a huge highlight in season number 1, the infamous comeback on the teabag from Slayer, but we'll get into that later. And go for the mix off the hit stun of 1-2-1-2's Young Monster, and he's been testing people early with high tech these past few weeks.
Well, it's another one of those obscure variations that we don't get to see. So if they don't know how to deal with that ridiculous pressure, they're in for some serious chop. Look at all of this pressure, and more so the amount of chip damage that Young Monster has been dishing out. No, it's not going to kill, but it's going to be dangerously close.
Oh, the comebacks have been insane by these brothers in the past 2 games. And you could just feel it when Beakith didn't go for the kill. He was a little bit stingy with that bar. You know, at worst, he would have spent the bar and forced Young off 2 bars. At worst.
Wow, just letting the Superman hit. Very nice blocks by BKIP, and what seemed to be a punish.
Oh, what a reversal on a run under, and gets the stanky leg, and oh, here comes the tricky stuff. But offers out.
Get some nice damage in there. Gonna follow up with some corner pressure. A tricky setup there. BKIP not done just yet, but the trade. Young Monster taking game number 1.
Another day, another
And very
beatdown.
convincingly with high tech Jackie. This man, a master of all 3 variations of his character, as is his brother. That's what's so cool about these 2 is that they play their 2 characters and they play them the best. All 3 variations across the board. They can be competitive with all 3. And high tech hasn't worked for him against a few players, but I like that it's finally working for him, that he's finding his rhythm here against Beakith.
And you know what? It's a good variation to test the waters against your opponent. If it happens to work, great. If it doesn't, you still get an idea of how they're playing, and then you can choose whether you're going to stick with it or just go to a normal variation.
Yep.
But Young Monster, whenever it works, he sticks with it, and it usually ends up working the whole way through. But Beakith, I'm sure he's going to be able to adapt at some point. But he's going with Master of Storms here.
And already getting opened up by the 2 orbs on the screen. That does create that force field, as it were. And yeah, I like what you said, where you can kind of test the waters with this variation of Jackie, where it's just, you know, a lot of staggers, it's a lot of plus frames, and if you want to go for more damage quick, it's almost the same game plan as Shotgun, but the mix goes into more damage. Or you can opt to fall back and go to a more zoning variation with full auto. So, you know, you can really test the waters and then change it up. Yeah, it's actually going to kill.
Here. It's just the damage that Young Monster can dish out as high tech. And you see now he's trying to stay up close on BKIF, knowing that he doesn't want those orbs to even come into play. You know, and just the conversions all over the place today.
And I think that he missed an EX charge up there. And here comes some orbs.
They're going to keep his distance. BKIF
And
this
is
really
very
have to
smart
deal
because
with
this variation doesn't have a projectile. So he doesn't have to deal with anything that she could potentially throw, even a shotgun.
Yeah, but
she has
look
no
at the
range.
life lead. B-Kith does not have the life lead. He's gonna have to go in sooner or later.
Oh, we're going into...
I don't know if B-Kith understands that or if he's trying to bait something.
And there's the health lead, though.
Is this why he did it?
Is this
No way.
is this real life?
What the hell is this?
We are witnessing the future of Mortal Kombat before our eyes.
I don't think there's anything high-tech can do without getting clipped.
I mean, at some point, Young is just gonna X-ray, right?
I assume so. He's gonna wait for the last second, but if B-Kith X-rays on his own, he might win that trade. But who'll keep his
Oh, and he
distance?
whips it! And that's gonna do it, Beacon! For the
Are you
full
kidding
screen!
me?
That was ridiculous! This man has changed the meta. The meta has changed, ladies and gentlemen. Orbs are completely broken. This is ridiculous. Nerf it immediately.
Essentially, this is all B-Kith has to do. He technically has the life lead now based off the chip. Emma, is this really happening, man?
This is real life. This is the future of Mortal Kombat right here, guys. Get yourself a projectile or eat this force field around me. I am a thunder god, okay?
I honestly don't even know what to say. I mean, he's just letting the time run out. He's building all this meter. Young Monster's only option is to really use that X-ray if he stays away from him. There you go, scouts out.
This is good for Young, though. B-Kith was the one that broke early. And there we go, there's the X-ray.
But is it really gonna matter? I mean, even now, B-Kith is still gonna have the life lead after this X-ray, and now Young Monster has no meter to work with. Oh, just misses the conversion there. B-Kith is gonna take this match. I don't believe it.
Master of Storms. This is confirmed a 10-0 matchup. We might have just witnessed an unwinnable matchup in MKX.
I honestly don't think I would ever see the day where Master Storm's Raiden has a 10-0 matchup. Technically, there's nothing Jackie can do.
We're going to see full auto, right?
High tech Jackie.
Full auto's
And he definitely-
hitting the
He
screen.
makes the switch. He makes the switch.
Wow.
I mean, at least now he actually has some options outside of, you know, being up close to the point where we're not going to see B-Kith just putting this force field around himself.
Round one, fight.
Here we go, guys. Game number 2. Now we'll see what Master of Storms can do against full auto.
See, now, Orb's not going to be too much in the play as it was before. Still getting that difficult to land 33%. But B-Kith is actually still making quick work of Monster here. To the point where he still has the life lead. And boom, just like that, B-Kith still taking the first round even after Monster switches variations.
Round two, fight.
A little bit of chip damage in there.
This is a variation where really late in the game has started. We've started to see more Master of Storms from guys like B-Kith. We see it from Candyman all the time, where it took a long time to develop. Yeah, at that point, if I was B-Kith, don't let Young Monster build any more meter. Just start taking the hits. If you're getting flawless like that, Hood Perfect did in the corner, as it were.
Oh, and just blowing through that
Oh, and the
armor.
comboed! The up rocket into... Oh my gosh. Into the traffic
That was
signal.
pretty good.
And what a read on
Wow,
the
and
wake up.
scouting out the vicinity blast. B-Kith just wasting all of his resources right now.
What a turnaround here from Young Monster. This is... I mean, anything on chip now. Any string. And read on...
Or just a raw up rocket, that works.
And that worked against the big boot because his hitbox was so high. Whoa. Young Monster now on match point. One game away from another top 8. And building on his points. And he has been up there with SonicFox, Samij, Dragon, Tweety this season. Here we go, guys. 1 game away. But can Beakith switch again?
Raiden. Jackie.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
Is
yep.
he gonna go?
He's
We kind of saw that coming.
He's going to go with Displacer, so he at least has 1 tool against that zoning. But Young Monster has the ability to just go right back to high tech if he feels like it against Displacer again.
And that's going to be tough because he's going to have to win this matchup and then win a matchup that he really didn't seem too comfortable with if he goes into a Game 5 situation. Just going for the stagger strings, trying to get that first hit, spends the bar to get another one back.
And he gets the max conversion, 32%. And that's what we were talking about earlier. It's such high execution. You don't see many in the scene able to do those combos consistently 2 in a row.
And still,
Oh, and just getting him on the teleport mix.
building a decent amount of meter doing it. Oh no. We know Jackie hits like a truck in the corner. Going for the mix. Very smart. Just try and use that armor. Just make sure you secure that round. Putting yourself ever closer to a Game 5.
Very good from Young to match that down 3 at that range as Raidens are going to approach 9 times out of 10 with that forward 1. He wants to low profile it and get some big damage here in the corner off the mix. Has to watch out for teleport.
At this point, BKIF is not going to use any of his resources. And just a standing 1 confirmed. Taking that second round. Putting him on set point.
Set point with a flawless.
Oh, narrowly missing that with punish there.
Luckily, that is 2 hits of armor. Oh, if he would have committed to the NJP, he had the right mindset to think that Young Monster was finally going to jump.
He's just trying to just kind of overwhelm him with this mobility right now in hopes that he's going to open him up. And here we go. Another full damage combo. Just drops the bare end of it. Young Monster going for a little bit of damage here. Good hit confirmed by BKIF, and he's going to take it. He's taking it. We are going to a Game 5 of our last set of the evening. BKIF still staying alive. And now here's the thing. Is Young Monster going to go back to high tech?
There is a new
It's very interesting because high tech just stayed on you. In the first round of that match, I noticed that Young Monster didn't really zone much, and Beakith just ran over him with the mix off of the teleports. And he does go back to high tech. If Beakith can get rolling with that kind of staggery pressure with the teleports before Young Monster can generate his pressure, it might be a different story. Because I liked what I saw from Beakith when he went back to Displacer and getting that health lead early, and he was able to play with the meter, the EX teleports. We'll see what happens here.
Let's see, and as we see now that he did, in fact, go back to high tech. Oh, and he's going to get a nice conversion off that beam that he hit at the peak of the jump. And even catching the backdash, too. And just look at that pressure. So hard to deal with.
Oh, and swinging. Is it a monster? And staggering so much with stand 1.
Oh, and a nice conversion there.
Look how much meter Young Monster still has. He can just stagger his way through this and hold on to this bar.
Oh my god.
And oh,
that
here we go.
jump punch.
Final round, fully loaded. Young Monster 1 game away now.
fight.
1 round.
And he's sitting on a full stick of butter there. He's just looking to dish out as much tip damage as he possibly can right now. Very nice by BKith getting the maximum damage off of that conversion.
And keeping it meterless and still doing great damage.
BKith has been doing really well as far as his execution is concerned.
Oh, it's been lights out. Here we go. With so much on the line, too. He's going to chip out down 1. Shocker.
Absolutely. Down 1 shocker, close it out. This is set point for both players. Young Monster still sitting on 3 bars. BKith a little bit under, now sitting on almost 2 bars. But he has a lot of work to do. First step is to definitely get out of that corner.
Teleports back into the corner. Savage Superman. from Beakith, but Young Monster has so much meter.
Oh, gets hit by that jump kick. Beakith is not out of this just yet. He's not sitting on a lot of meter. Whoa! What was that?
Chris Angel Mind Freak stuff happening before our eyes. Finally drops
Almost
one.
another full damage combo. Still gets a good amount of damage at the same time. Really needs to be getting as much as possible.
Oh, he had the whip punish. Oh, but he doesn't commit. And Young Monster is going to put himself one combo away.
Hell, if
One
he
mix, one
breathes,
throw.
Now, miracles have happened before.
Oh, here we go.
Whip punish. Gonna keep him standing. Oh no!
And that's gonna do it, Beacon! With the defense at the end is gonna take that! And Young Monster, wow! Holy crap!
Believe it.
Holy crap is all I can say.
I don't believe